Hello bloomers, how are you today? I hope you're having a great day, a fantastic day. I hope you're not choosing violence. I am so happy because it is finally the spring season. There's no more winter, it's not cold anymore, it's actually pretty hot, it feels like summer, and yeah, I'm happy that's not winter anymore because winter was carrying on like them uncircumcised Philistines, and sister girlfriend don't be about that life. So yeah, I am so happy. I'm hoping you're having a great day so far. So let's get into this video. Bloom season is here, which means we should be feeling rejuvenated and ready to work on our plans and projects that we obviously should have been preparing for and praying for, fasting for in our last season. Spring, you may be wondering what it's all about. As I love to say, spring is about blossoming into your new garden and picking your fresh fruits and basking in the new fresh air of positivity. It's about being happy, about being joyful, with little to no stress. Yes, you will have stress. The stress will be there. When is stress never there? But yes, that's what it's about. It's about, like I said, picking fresh fruits out of your new garden. The seeds that you would have sown in your previous season, you should have been picking them. Like as for me, in our yard, in our garden right now, we have a mango tree in the back of our yard, and it has blossomed. There are actual mangoes on our tree already. They're a little green, but I just can't wait to pick them and enjoy the fresh fruit. And that's what you should be doing in your new spring season. Letting out your plans and goals. Listen, if y'all see me doing this in this video and like scratching my forehead, just know that there are these, I don't know if they're heat flies, sand flies, sun flies, whatever the heck they are definitely attacking me right now. So bear with me in this video. But hey, the show must go on. But yes, that is what spring season is all about. And just how it's spring season, these bugs are out here springing on my forehead. Get it? See what I did there? That was funny. During this season, we enter a state of renewal. Everything that you would have been preparing for and training for in the winter season is now coming to pass. Baby steps though, because the lessons that you would have learned in your winter season, they are coming back to haunt you in this new season. But it's nothing to be afraid about or upset about. It's simply just making sure that, okay, you sat down with yourself, you meditated, you reflected, you isolated, you try to get yourself together, and now it's time to test you to see, okay, I learned this lesson in the past. I was, convicted and vindicated. So let's see if the lessons that I've learned in my previous season, I can now apply it to my spring season. Because trust you me, the best thing that you can do in your spring season is taking all the lessons you would have learned in that gloomy, dark season and bringing it back to light in this new season, just to see how you have grown, how much you've bloomed or blossomed, so you can spring forth, so you could see that the self-work that you would have put in your winter season from just praying and making sure that you don't make the same mistakes, you can move forward in this new season. So that's a part of what this new season of renewal is about. It's like birthing a new baby and nurturing it. So yeah. As I like to say, blossom by blossom, you will spring or you will spring up again. During the winter season, you were a closed little flower, little petal, a little mustard seed in the soil, and now it's time to spring forth and bloom. During the season, we enter a season of renewal, which means we should be fresh, rejuvenated, like I said. Everything that you would have been training for and preparing for in the winter season is now coming into fruition into this new season, which obviously means that the lessons that you would have learned in the winter season, you should take them and make sure you've taken your notes, because they will come back to you in the spring season. So it's technically like a test. And I'm speaking based on personal experiences where I recognize like lessons I would have learned, mistakes I would have made, and how sometimes they have a funny way of coming back into the spring season to see how are you now going to move forward and do things differently. So that is one thing I do want to say about the spring season. It's never anything to look not to look forward to, but you should look forward to it, because now you get to see how much you've grown. And like I said, everyone moves at their own slow pace, So some of you may still be in your winter season. Some of you may be in the cross paths of you are moving into your spring season, which means you're going through that transition. And for some of us, we are already in our spring season, but I need you guys to tap in, because something is happening in the spirit. Something is happening in the spiritual realm, but we will talk about that in my next blog post. Make sure you stay tuned for that. But that is definitely what the spring season is about. So make sure you're taking your baby steps. Nothing happens overnight. Even if you make some mistakes in the season, it's not the end of the world. You know, once you're able to call yourself out on it and you know for next time, then you should be good. You're human, you're learning. Take your time and watch everything you would have worked for and planned for and prayed for. It's just how you want it. Nurture it and watch it blossom. Like I said, nurture it like it's a newborn baby. You know how you have to care for a baby, feed the baby on time. I think you have to feed a baby like every hour, half hour to an hour. I don't know, because I'm not a mother. I'm only a dog mom. And when I got my dog, she didn't need to be fed that much by that time. But anyway, the point is, you want to nurture what you prayed for and fasted for this new season, as it's a newborn baby. It's time to embark on your new journey. It's time to embark on those new goals, visions, plans, even the unrealistic ones. And you guys should remember my video about making unrealistic goals realistic. I will make sure to put the link in the description box below. But it's time to make those dreams a reality, make those visions a reality. It's spring, so why not? Pray about it, work on it, do what you got to do. It's the spring, which again, as I like to say, spring forth and bloom. During this new season, as you begin to embark on those new goals, plans, and journeys, take your time. Breathe. Yes, we get excited when it's like, all right, I got this new idea. I want to work on this. I know how I want it to go. But let me just make one point very clear. Do not let every and anybody know what it is that you're doing, what you're working on. Some persons don't even need to know what it is until you actually release it and it's birthed. For example, if it is most definitely a side hustle and a side business, no one needs to know until you're like couple days from actually releasing it, where the documents are signed, you got the logo, you got the theme, you got everything that you need. Literally, I know that this is gonna sound weird and off. Yeah, you may tell a few persons, but sometimes persons actually do try to block what it is you're trying to do. Or, oh, that's what he doing, that's what she doing. I wonder if I try hurry up and do the same thing and release it before them, it might be successful before them. So that's why I say, when you are about to release this new dream, vision, goal, plan, idea, and what's not, don't tell anybody. And again, please excuse me if y'all see me scratching my forehead. The mosquitoes did attack my forehead, as you can see. All this is forehead. So yeah. But please, whatever y'all do, this new dream, this new vision, this new plan, this new project, keep it to yourself until it's time for y'all to really birth it. And when I say birth it, I mean as in release it, like you're getting ready to announce it to the world. Because, you know, it's spring, you're about to born a baby, but don't tell anybody. Some people just ain't happy for you and they don't want to see you successful. And that goes for anything. Business, a relationship, a new job. You have an interview because you're tired of them uncircumcised field signs is your old job, so you got a new job and you're not ready to tell anybody. Listen, shh, until it's actually set in stone and done. Just a pointer. And last but not least, and this is something that's very touching to me because I feel like this as well. For you late bloomers, when you watching all your friends on your collective of trees and fruits and your family doing what they gotta do, if you see that they are blossoming and things are coming into fruition for them, does not mean that it's not going to happen for you. And I can say this because I know I have friends and they've had ideas or they decided to go back to do something and it's working out. And sometimes I sit down to myself and I'm like, well, dang, like when is it gonna happen for me? Like when is it going to move? Or, you find that persons are now leaving and they're getting like a new job and they're talking about how their new job is better than their old job. Listen, continue to pray and put in the hard work. That's all I could say. Just celebrate them. Celebrate and be happy. And if you cannot be genuinely happy for them, then sit small until your name get called. Simple as that. But like I like to say, when I see all my other bloomers around me, all my other friends and associates and acquaintances, even my enemies, even thine enemies, when I see that things are working out for them, genuinely, I'm going to be happy for them because it's obvious that it's something that they wanted to do. But as I love to say, and this is something that I find myself saying a lot too for the past year and a half, is that God is in the neighborhood. So if you see things working out for someone close to you, that means your time coming. Your time is coming. So there's a quote that says something that, I don't know if this is a Bible scripture, I've heard it before. Y'all can comment in the section and let me know if I'm saying it right, but it says something like I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Oh my gosh. Those who are first will be last, and those who are last will be first. I think that's what the quote is. I don't know if it's a Bible verse or just a quote someone came up with. I believe it's a Bible verse, but when I think about that quote, verse, whatever it is, I try not to look at it in a negative way, especially during the season, because it doesn't necessarily mean that those who are first are literally going to be last, but you guys who are last, simply that just may mean that your season to bloom and spring is going to be bigger. It may be better. And what you may see for your friend or your associate, whatever, it may seem big and huge, but that's for them. But who knows, when it's time for you to really get out there, it may be even 50 times, 10 times, 20 times bigger. So don't hate, don't feel bad, don't feel sad. And as I'm telling you all this, I'm telling myself this because I've seen the good Lord move in some people's lives. And I'm just like, God, if you could do it for them, you could do it for me. If you could do it for me, you could do it for my family. You could do it for my friends who are like me and still waiting. But as I love to say, just because I'm not blossoming now does not mean that I will not blossom later. So I will be blossoming very soon in this season of the spring season. So that is all I wanted to say. I hope you guys have a great day, have an amazing day. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, despite me getting attacked by the most mosquitoes, because look at this. Look at that. Just look at that. That's not cute. And if you look at my forehead, look at that. Do y'all see the mosquitoes? It's crazy out here. But enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on your postcode notifications so you're notified. So you're notified every time that I post a new video. I am, by the way, still wanting to do a Q&A. So if you guys do have any questions, you can hit me up on IG or any of my social links that I do have in the description box. Or you could comment what you guys may want to know about me. Yes, I have done one before, but I think it is time that I do an updated Q&A. I think that when I did my first Q&A, it was cool, it was okay or whatever, but I'm sure there are more things now that you guys are probably want to know about me or curious to know, like what are some other deeper reasons why I've started BWA. I fairly recently actually had someone ask me, do I feel like since I've started doing content creation, since I've started doing YouTube, and since I've started writing, and I'm now going on 5 years of doing this, do I feel a change in myself? Do I see a change in my content? Have I seen a change in how people may respond to what I put out there? And those are some pretty good questions. I'm not going to answer it now though, but I will answer one. Do I feel like I have grown with my content? Yes, because if you do look at my old posts and you look at my posts now, and if you look at my blogs from then and you look at my blogs now, you do see a huge and major difference, especially in when I first started talking about seasonal growth. Like when I first started doing seasonal growth, I just knew I linked seasonal growth to like nature and how life is. But I've definitely seen a change, and I will say for sure, my spring season last year is not going to be like how it's going to be this year. My spring season probably in 2019 is not how it was in 2020. So every time I do a different season, you will notice each year I do spring. When it's the spring season, there's always going to be a new perspective. There's always going to be a new revelation and something that I've had. So yeah, I definitely will say I have grown, because I was a lot younger when I started this, and I'm much older now, believe it or not. I know I don't look my age. I know. Still in my 20s, but yeah, I'm getting up there now. But yeah, I have seen a major growth, and I'm happy that I am really feel like I'm blooming with my content. I feel like you guys are blooming as well. And I just pray and hope that my content is helping some of you and opening your eyes more to be more open-minded in how to look at things, even from a natural perspective, from a spiritual perspective. So yeah, I'm not gonna ramble anymore. I will see you all in my next video. I love you all. Have a great day. And don't choose violence. Please don't. Please. I didn't, so don't. We're working on that. Bye. Mwah.